live, people. We are live. What's up? What's up, YouTubers, MMA people? What's going on with this Jon Jones fight and Tom Aspinall, guys? What's going on with that? What's going on with that fight, guys? What's going on, man? I'm not hearing nothing on that fight. As far as no, Tom Aspinall said he signed the contract, not the contract, but he agreed to the fight, and it's up to Jon Jones, the other side, and Jon Jones and Dana White to come to some type of agreement now about the pay. And we know last couple of weeks, people talking about, rumors about the $30 million. That was a rumor. That was not true at all. That was not true at all. So we don't know where. Is that fight going to go down, guys? Is that fight going to go down? I want some MMA people to log in, guys. Log in, guys. We're only 53 seconds in the live. I want to know if anyone think this fight would take place, because I don't know, man. It's a lot of things behind the scene right now. You know what I mean? So we're going to see how everyone feel about this. Should be a title fight. You know what I mean? Jon Jones should be fighting Tom Aspinall, but it's not about. It's about the contract, guys. About the good, the money, what Jon Jones going to make. That's the thing. You know what I mean? What is his contract? What is it? $30 million, $25 million? It'd have to be some type of good money, man, for Jon Jones to take that fight, because most likely that's Jon Jones' last fight. And for him to take that fight, guys, it's not going to be no $10 million fight. And it's not going to be no $15 million fight. And it's not going to be any $20 million fight. I think it's have to be 25 million or better or more. But a lot of people say it's leading towards 30 million, but I'm thinking it's leading towards 25 million, guys. I know Jon Jones is not going to fight Tom Aspinall for no $10 million. Because Jon Jones rumors say he make about between 10 to $15 million a fight. That's getting paid, guys. I mean, Jon Jones make about 10 to $15 million a fight. So how you guys feel about Jon Jones? We'll hope you think Jon Jones will fight Tom Aspinall. Is that fight in the making? Is Dana White going to pay Jon Jones that big money? That's all it boils down to. That big money, guys. Is Dana White UFC, Dana White Hunter? You know what I mean? Are they willing to pay Jon Jones that big time money? That's the thing. Thank you for the like. Are they willing to pay Jon Jones that big time money? That's the problem. And that is where negotiations right now, guys. Tom Aspinall went on the record, said he agreed to take the fight, and he's waiting for the Dana White and Jon Jones to come to some type of agreement for this fight to go down, and that's going to be a hell of a fight. They're saying this fight going to be one of the biggest fight in UFC history, guys. How you guys feel about that? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're from. Welcome to YARDCHAT, guys. Make sure you press the like button, guys. Please press the like button for the video engage in the algorithm, guys. I hate to come on here, but you know how it works on YouTube, guys. So how you guys feel about hopefully this fight will get down, man. Boris Johnson, hello, good afternoon, guys. How you feel about Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall negotiation for get this fight contract sealed and delivered, guys? Hopefully before this year. They fight, but Jon Jones want money, man. Jon Jones want a big contract. That's what's the hold up right now. I don't think they're coming to some type of agreement, because we know how Jon Jones roll. He will disappear after a fight, like Dana White said he would disappear, and out of the blue he would say, "Yeah, I want to fight this guy." Jon Jones is not afraid of Tom Aspinall. Please keep that in mind. Contract is just about the money, man. Right now, it's about the money for Jon Jones. You know about that beautiful dreams. Boris Johnson, yes, how it's all about that big money now. So listen, Jon Jones right now, I believe Jon Jones make about between 10 to $15 million a fight. Man, who do you think I will win? Jon Jones, man. You got to go with Jon Jones, man. Listen, you know what I mean? I understand, a lot of people say, oh, Jon Jones, is older now. But listen, Jon Jones is fighting very smart, guys. He's a very smart fighter right now. And he have a lot of skills that he could display against Tom Aspinall. So It's not going to be an easy fight because we don't know how Tom Aspinall go in the second round. We don't know. That's on Chatter territory right now. Even though you practice that in in training, you spar for it, but it's not the same, guys. A lot of fighters will tell you sparring, but he never. That's the same thing happened to Francis, guys. Same thing happened to Francis. Remember when Francis went against Steve Miocic, the first one? Guess what happened? Jon Ducking Jones. Get out of here, Shogun. Get out of here, Mr. Shogun. Get out of here with that. What are you talking about, Jon Ducking? Who's Jon Ducking? So you saying Jon Jones, who is considered the greatest MMA fighter that ever fought in the UFC, is afraid of Tom Aspinall? Are you crazy? John, it's about getting a good contract, man. Jon Jones want money. And it's not no 15, $20 million. Jon Jones want at least 20 to $30 million. That's big time money for the UFC to pay one fighter. And it will be. If they want to see that fight, Jon Jones could hang it up and it's done. And I told you guys a couple months ago, I told you guys that Francis left the UFC. That's going to be it was a big problem. There's a big problem in UFC right now. Big problem. Who Tom Aspinall going to fight away from Jon Jones? Who's there for him to fight? Who's there? Rosenstrike, yeah, you can fight him. Derek Lewis, okay, but those are older fighters. He beat all the other guys, Curtis Blade, Pavlovich, all them guys. But the thing with Tom Aspinall, yes, he proved that he's a man. Of course, he's a man. But remember, he had to learn from Francis Ngannou. The same thing. History repeats itself, guys. Especially in MMA, history repeats itself. Where you have Tom Aspinall going out, knocking out people less than his overall time in the octagon, guys, for all his knockouts and fights about 10 minutes. And that's bad, guys. So that means he's not going into, not even in the middle of the first round. He's knocking out people before the first round is over. So he don't know how it is to go in the second round. It's a territory that he never experienced. And the only way, I don't care how you spar for it, you do this all in the gym, you're only going to learn that when you go in the octagon, you're going to say, oh my God, he ducked Nagano and he's ducking Aspinall now. I think he want another Steve fight. Hello. Oh, stop it. You live in a delusional world, Mr. Shogun. I don't know how you look at MMA, how long you watch MMA, but you're wrong. Jon Jones is not ducking no one. It's all about the money, man, right now. If you're not going to give Jon Jones that, why should he fight that guy? Yes, it's a big risk for Jon Jones. Yes. But I believe Jon Jones have the answer for it. Jon Jones is not talking about he's afraid. It's about, you hear what he said. And you're not paying attention to this interview. He said, yeah, I don't like that guy, but I fight that guy. He will fight. He would say he would. But right now, it's not about him fighting Tom Aspinall. It's about him and the UFC coming to some type of agreement with a very, very hefty contract that Jon Jones won. If that's not going down, we're not going to see this fight. Because technically, Jon Jones could just retire right now and it's done. He proved that he's the best. And I don't think no one, will accomplish what he did. I don't think so. You know what I mean? It would have been nice if Francis Ngannou was still there in the UFC. I don't think it would have been Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. That would have been a big fight because guess what would have happened? Eventually, Francis would never give up the belt. Check this out, people. He gave up the belt after he beat Ciel Gong, right? He gave up the belt because with the contract, boom, 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 they never came to no type of resolvement. So Jones is my favorite MMA fighter, and I've been watching MMA from a long time. He's not even considered as my fight for now. He's take about super fight between him and Pereira. Yeah. Yes. We know the super fight between Alex Pereira. I didn't mean to, be like, come on, don't take it personal. We just talking, man. Cause how people talk about certain things and we get, and that's it personal, but don't take it personal. I know, I know you watch MMA. You got it. I know what you know what you're speaking about. But what I'm saying is, I'm standing on my point of view, and you stand on your point of view. But my point of view is this: right now, yes, he's speaking about Alex Pereira fight. Yes, but he's saying for him to fight Aspinall, it have to be a money that he can't turn it down. So if the UFC want that fight, they will give Jon Jones the money. 30 million is nothing UFC could give. They could give that money 3-4 times over and over, guys. There's nothing personal here. Yeah, Mr. Shogun. So what's up? Where you from, Shogun? You from New York area, out of state, out of the country? Where you from, man? If your first time coming to the podcast, welcome. Welcome to YARDCHAT, man. Welcome to YARDCHAT, guys. I'm all dressed up today. I went on an important business thing, and I had to, you have to impress. You know how that go, guys. And for me, the only one who can beat Jon Jones heavyweight is heavyweight Khabib. Jon Jones is a heavyweight Khabib. And you want to hear something? I didn't know about this video, and I saw this video about 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know Khabib's father was speaking about Jon Jones. And I always say these three fighters are my favorite fighters because they fight. Their gift is not trained. It's not. It's just their skill. That you see they are displaying. It's talent. It's skill, but it's a gift that from because people don't understand. Away from Jon Jones' skills, what he accumulated over year and trained in the gym and the wrestling background and the striking and the kicking and the oblique kicks and the uppercut and the forearms. What else? What else? There's so much things now he could do. Back kicks, elbow people. This man is amazing, right? He's amazing. But what it is, when you take all them skills, right, and give it to, I don't want to say an average MMA fighter, but I have to go to that term, use that term. An average MMA fighter, which is also professional and good, that could kick anybody ASS if they fight, that. So everybody say, oh, that UFC fighter, he sucks. Listen, me tell you something. For you to make it in UFC, that means you are the best. You are top of the crop. Even if you 10th on the list, 11, 12, 13, 10, 20, 100, you are in the UFC. That means thousand and hundred of other people didn't make it but you. So your skills are good. But what I'm saying is this: when you take the skill Jon Jones learned, accumulated, training all over the years, and you give it to the MMA fighter doing the same thing, he's not going to perform as Jon Jones will, as if Jon Jones was performing those skills. Why? It's the mind behind it. Jon Jones is a natural born fighter. And when you give a natural born fighter skills for him to learn on top of his natural gifts and talent, people, he's dangerous. It's not, you cannot train for that fighter, because you know why? Because when that fighter, when Jon Jones go in the ring, in octagon, he's very unpredictable. We know what he's going to do, but some of these things that he's done in the ring, so, oh my God, I didn't know he was going to do that. It's like, so right now he's at this point in his career where he has so much skills, but his fight IQ, oh my God, this man is a natural fighter. He that's what he breathes, that's what he thinks, that's what he knows. He's a fighter. So that's the difference between him and Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is a mixed martial artist. Jon Jones is a mixed martial artist, an MMA fighter, you want to, but he's also a fighter. A mentality of a fighter where it's a natural talent, and you give a fighter a natural person with that and these skills on top of that, he's dangerous. So that means Jon Jones have so much weapons that Tom Aspinall have to worry about. And the number one thing that Tom Aspinall, that's why these MMA, these guys don't follow them guys. And I'm not, with no disrespect for all those other commentators, were ex-MMA fighters, but they're missing it. What they're missing it, they're just looking at it from an MMA point of view, a fighter, yeah, how to train, yeah, I give them that. But what I'm looking at, I did a little MMA, the sports. I'm still, active. You know what I mean? Not that old, not that young, but I can still. But what I do is, when I speak about MMA, I take it from a different perspective, a different view. I'm looking at Jon mindset and frame. He's a born fighter. So how can you beat a gladiator in the ring if you don't have that talent? It's not about the talent you have. You have to have that fighting just to say, you know what, I'm just going to do something predictable and creative in there so I get this victory. And that's what Jon Jones could do over the years. His mindset, he think outside the box. He's not just standing in front of you. He's standing in front of you. He's thinking about 3-4 steps what he's going to do. This man is a fighting machine. And when you have a person like that, it's a gift from the creator. That's all you could say. There's nothing, you cannot train for it. And even if you have this, you cannot train for it. You have to born with that. It's a natural born gift that Jon Jones have as a fighter, and it's going to be very hard to beat him. That's what I'm talking about. That's what separate my little perspective and what I put in MMA. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from not just a physical. I look from a physical, spiritual point of view. What these person believe, what they support in their life, and you could see where Jon Jones. You could tell Jon Jones he's a bad guy outside the ring, but for the last couple of years, Jon Jones made a big turnaround in his life, and I know why. And whenever you decide to use that gift, and he be using that gift inside the octagon, but he also are responsible to make sure he exercise that gift outside the octagon in the world. That's the number one priority. His gift is for the world because he have to make a difference. He have to make a difference. He have to make a difference. And I think, the move right now, what he's doing, he think about his future. He's thinking about going into Hollywood. And I think the movie that Jon Jones going to go into going to surprise a lot of people because that's going back on his faith belief that what he rely on. And people could think, oh, Jon Jones talk about God, this, Jesus, that. But people don't understand. When the world turn their back on you, when you messed up so bad hitting a pregnant woman and you do all this thing, and Jon Jones was never a person in the public eye only for negativity. We all know that. He's a very private person. We know that because not anyone see. The only thing we see about Jon Jones in the news is MMA and when he's having some issues outside the MMA arena. That's the only time we hear about Jon Jones. But away from that, we don't hear about when Jon Jones posts something on social media. And Jon Jones don't post on social media a lot. He doesn't. You could say he's a very private guy in certain ways. But when it comes down to fighting, that's his arena. He's the king of that. And you understand when it's time to fight, that's when you see Jon Jones in the public eye. You said there's something different about this guy. He's never upset. He's never like arrogant. He know that his gift is not of him. And that's the thing. He acknowledged the gift that he exercised now is not of him. And it's a higher power that he believed. And I believe once now he's focused back on that and believe it's not about him. It's not about him. It's about a bigger picture, people. And when you put others in front of you, that's love, man. That is love. And that's what love is. Love is putting you're putting other people value on a person over your value of yourself. You put others before, yourself. That's what love is. And right now, I really don't see anyone in mixed martial arts who tackle with Jon Jones. Rashad Evans? No, I don't. I don't look like no Rashad Evans. Get out of here. Yeah, I watched that video when Kibig father told about John Gift is yeah. He said that John Gift is from God. And people, let me tell you something. As bad as people want to get upset at Jon Jones, and we have a lot of Jon Jones haters that do not like Jon Jones as a person. And that's one thing I like about John over the years. See, people, you could say anything about a person and it doesn't affect that person. You know why? Because when that person take accountability for their action, what you say is kind of irrelevant because the person acknowledge what they did is wrong. So no, it's embarrassment. And one of the worst things you could feel is embarrassment. especially when there is a situation happen right after the other, like a chain reaction. He said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's embarrassment. So what Jon Jones over the last 10 years was a lot of embarrassment to his character as a person. And people, and Jon Jones was never raised like that. Jon Jones was raised in a tradition, American family, two household parent, that the society today is very hard to have that. And it's not about race or gender or this. A lot the American family is just plain mash up in Jamaica. It's desolated. The American, the family, you don't see the father and mother. It's really when you see it, man. You got to support family. You have to support family. You have to support family because family is a foundation to hold the family together. Foundation. So the foundation of the American family value structure is desolated in America. It's bad. But away from that, man, let me tell you something. That's why you have a lot of these MMA fighters, you know, they do a lot of positive things, you know what I mean? A lot of positive things, man. And, unfortunately, how they make their living, that's why people saying Jon Jones is ducking, and I'm making a point. It's people. Do you think a person who fight for a living, who is making money and need to take care of their family and go in the ring at all means necessary, they don't care? And MMA is not about. It's not about. No one is afraid of no one in MMA. People don't understand. That's why I don't understand how people say, "Oh, Jon Jones is ducking afraid." He's not afraid, people. You need to stop that. Even the biggest commentators, Chael Sonnen and Tom and Michael Bisbee and Joe Rogan said Jon Jones, Dana White is not afraid. No MMA fight. No, people. No. People don't understand. Why should we both training? We are both training to beat each other up in the octagon for 15 or 25 minutes. Nobody afraid of no one. So stop saying this. I don't understand. Jon Jones afraid ducking. No. It's about Dana White, the UFC, Dana White, Hunter, and all these other guys to come to some type of conclusion how they're going to pay Jon, because Jon want to be paid $30 million or more. And I think the UFC can more. The UFC is a multi-billion machine. Okay? People say, oh, Jon Jones, yes, Jon Jones is a very wealthy guy. Not rich, he's wealthy. Because Jon Jones, to my knowledge, Jon Jones make about $10 to $15 million a fight. And he fought, since he came back as heavyweight, twice. So that he fought twice to make at least $30 million. But we don't see, people don't understand that, as an MMA fighter, you're on a budget. You're on a budget. You have to pay for your manager, your training sessions, all of that. Your gym time, you're paying for all of that. So it's going to cost you by the time you between the fights, it's going to cost maybe over 100 grand to $200,000. But to Jon Jones, I'm not saying that is a lot of money to pay, but to Jon Jones, he can afford it because he paid his due. This man is making millions. So between the two fights he had between Cyril Gong and Miocic, he'd make about $30 million or probably more, especially with pay-per-view and all the other things that he gets, paid, whatever. Jon making. So so now he's saying, listen, man, I don't want to fight two more fights just for $30 million. Listen, this fight, I want to make $30 million one fight. That's how it go. And even if Jon Jones is making $15 million fight, Were they going to increase him $10 million to $25 million? Nah, that don't make no sense. It makes sense to double up on his pay. So he's saying, if I'm making $15 million a fight, double up on my pay, $20 million not going to cut it. You saying, oh, you want you okay, I fight, but fair is fair. You cannot give this man another extra. He's making $15 million fight. You can't just give him another $10 million. Okay, we give you 25. No, fair is fair. You got to double. You got to give him another $15 million, which Jon Jones is worth it. But is UFC going to pay it? We don't know. And that is a hold up right now. That's what's going on. The hold up, if UFC will pay Jon Jones what he's worth, I believe Jon Jones is worth every dime of that $30 million for that fight or more. That's what I believe, guys. You said I look like Rashad Evans? I look, man, I know I could beat Rashad Evans, man. I could beat him. I could beat that guy. Rashad Evans a punk. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, Rashad Evans a good fighter. Did he supposed to make a comeback, something like that? Rashad is about 42, 43 now, 44. Then you talk about Cowboy Cerrone's coming back. It's not going to end good. He's on a TRT too. See, this is the thing, man. This is the thing with Cowboy Cerrone, right? You know, you been away for a while. Been away for a while. Like I said, you know, your body feel good. You're not getting hit to no trauma. You're clear. You're waking up. You're eating good. You're getting good sleep. And you start training. You start feeling good. But you want that TRT, make your body feel good, give you that balance. You start feeling good. You start feeling good. Your body looking good. Your brain, you know. You start listen. I could go back. So now Dana White said, hell no. He wished that Cowboy Cerrone don't return back to the MMA. And Dana White went on record and said, if it's about money issue, we could work something out. Instead of him going to octagon, guys, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Dana White could easily give these guys a job making like $500,000 a year, no problem. You know what I mean? They do something, training, or you know, just like we call it for Forrest Griffin. You know what I mean? You know, we know he was light heavyweight champion, and all that, and he worked with UFC. You know, making a salary. You know, it doesn't matter. These guys, even listen. If you making 200 over $200,000 a year, you're well off to take care of your family and live very very good life. Come very very you making over $200,000 a year, guys. You could live very very. You're not worrying about bills. You should not be worrying about bills. You know, if you're making 200,000, you worrying about bills. You worry about paying your light bill, heat bill. That's a big problem. You have a big problem managing your money. You should be, you know, and you just want to pretend to live this crazy life that you can't afford. But but if you live your life right and you're making over 200 grand, most of these guys they go work for the UFC making 200 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand, maybe like $1 million a year. Who knows? $1 million a year these guys make. You know what I mean? Contract for three. You know what I mean? These guys. So Dana White don't want Cowboy Cerrone to go back in the ring. I don't know, in the octagon. I don't know why, but the hunger is back, man. But it's not going to end good. You know, it's not going to end good for that guy. So what's up, people? Come into the chat. What you guys think about Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall? Is that fight going to happen, guys? Do you think that fight's going to happen? You think that fight's going to go down? Is that fight going to go down? Strong possibility it will, but again, we never know. We never know. We never know. Leave your comment in the chat, guys. You know what I mean? Guys, thanks for joining me, man. I'm logging off. You know what I mean? I just, share my thoughts. You know what I mean? Just half an hour of my thoughts. Let me know how you guys feel about this one. You know what I mean? Jon Jones, you know what I mean? Negotiation with UFC Hunter and all them guys over there. They're waiting for the contract, man. Dana White got to come up with a contract with a number for Jon Jones to accept this fight. I believe Jon Jones could retire and, as they say, ride off in the sunset, be the greatest. But you know what I mean? But if we want to see this fight, the UFC, they have to come up with that money. You know, if Jon Jones won $30 million, they gotta do something, guys. And I believe, you know, Dana White said this fight's gonna happen. So I believe Dana White will, you know, will give Jon Jones the money, but you know, it's on Jon Jones' terms. Thanks for joining me, guys. You know what I mean? It's on Jon Jones' terms, guys. You know what I mean? It's on Jon Jones' terms if he retire or take this fight with Tom Aspinall and move on. But it's up to the UFC if they're willing to pay Jon Jones this big bag. If they're not, then it is what it is, guys. Guys, if you're coming in, thank you for joining me, guys. To all the new people, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, guys. So we just hella vibe today, about a 30 minutes vibe. I'm logging off the next minute. We just hella vibe talking about Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, what's going on with that fight. I mean, I'm not hearing nothing. Tom Aspinall said that he agreed to the fight, blah, blah, blah. It's up to Dana White and Jon Jones' side to come together and make it happen. Thanks for joining me. Until later, guys. All right?